So we have our user hard-coded in here. We're not going to do a full-blown user management system just yet. But it'd be cool if we at least had user stored in state somewhere instead of way down here inside add message. Add message should be getting it from somewhere. So what component should store user in state? At least main, I would say. We're going to need that all over the place. Do we need it in app? Why might we? Why did we even make main? What's the difference? App is going to decide whether to show the sign-in page or show main, right? Based on whether you're logged in.
Oh, main is the whole page, right?
Main is that whole page, but we're going to have a whole separate page for sign-in. So it seems like the user should probably live in app, because app's going to have to decide whether you're logged in or not. So it's going to know based on whether there's a user. So let's go ahead and put it there.
Did you just like copy and paste everything?
Huh?
Did you just copy and paste all the UID?
Nope, I just highlighted it to point it out.
I didn't even notice you made that.
But it doesn't matter. It's not going to be there for long anyway. So back in, well, heck, let's go ahead and copy it. Go ahead and copy this user object. So up in app.js, we'll give it some state. I'll go ahead and make a constructor here. So make a constructor. Don't forget to call super. I'll say this dot state equals an object with a user property, and I'll just hard code the user again. I'll make it me now. Davey, also at singing.org. So if I've got my user stored in this .state.user up at the app level, if I want to get to that from inside add message, I'm going to have to pass it down as a prop, right? Come on, everyone should be saying that in unison now. You all know.
The only thing we know to say is we hear you.
People, why is the I know this is kind of old, but why do you have the trailing commas again?
So that if I come back and add something else here, like photo URL, I don't forget to go add the comma. So if it's already there, I won't forget to add it. Otherwise, I will totally forget to add it.
Why do we need them? Is that just the JavaScript thing?
Yeah, why do we need them between each line? Yeah, because this is all part of an object.
Oh, right.
Yeah, these are not statements, right? These are just key value pairs inside an object. Yep. So if we've got this in state on app, and we need to get it all the way down into add message, you're going to have to pass it as a prop to main, right? So on main, we'll say user equals what? This.state.user. And then in main, here's my app component in Slack. In main, we don't actually have anything to do with this. We just want to pass it along, right? It's just a middleman here. So we'll pass it on to chat. So chat will get user, a prop called user. And here the value will be what? Nope.
Did you like have props and you have
Well, main is a class. Main is a class. So it's not an argument here. It's only an argument if the whole component is a function. So instead, in a class, what is it? How do we get to our props? This dot props. Yeah. So this dot props dot user. So yeah, in a stateless functional component, that would just be an argument to the function. In a class component, the props you get to when this dot props. That's available there because in app we passed it in as a prop. So that puts it down in the chat component. So instead of having this user here like this, what can we do? This.props.user, right? So down here, user is this.props.user. And I said I'd come up with a better ID. I think I want to do this. Let's set const user equal to this.props.user. Or if you wanted to, be cool. You could make a copy of it. So user is now, that way I can still just say user here. That's like user : user. And what I want to do for my ID, I want to make a template string. Remember those? Template literal. And I'll put the user ID. I'll put user.uid-date.now. Makes it a little more likely to be unique. So the same user would have to submit a message at exactly the same time in order for that not to be unique. Yeah.
What time, like, is it? What time increment does it go down to? Like, is it to the second or like to the minute?
I can't remember. It's either the second or the millisecond. I honestly can't remember. It is millisecond. Okay, good. Yeah, it's millisecond. So pretty unlikely to be a duplicate for the same user.
Those backwards apostrophes, are those supposed to like?
The backticks. So that's a template literal. So they make strings, but you can do this trick inside them. So you can put variables and stuff inside the string.
Because every single word after that like changed color for a bit before I put the other.
Right. Yeah. So it's the beginning of a string. So does this work? This guy's so annoying. I hate my job. Well, your job hates you back. Bully. Hey, and it came through as me.
You are your own.
Nah, hate is always wrong. Dog. Cool, it works. So what do we do? Move. Let's do one more thing with this. So how about our sidebar? Our sidebar could show the username over here, right? Like it does here. We could do that part. So main renders the sidebar. So let's pass the user to the sidebar too. This.props.user. Then inside the sidebar, and the sidebar is currently a class. I don't think it probably needs to be. I think it could probably be a stateless functional component. So let's just turn it into one real quick. Let's not import component. Instead of class sidebar extends component, we'll say const sidebar equals an arrow function. And we know this particular arrow function is going to receive some props in here. Then we don't need a render method, right? We just need a return statement. Cool. Now it's a stateless functional component. And what was the point? We were going to print out the username, right? So that be props.user, right? Dot display name. There we go. Hooray for us.
Oh, can you go back to
Yeah, one sec. So store user in app component state.